This video is brought to you by GameMaker, and if you've ever wanted to get into game development, GameMaker does this really crazy thing where it's free. Just start making and only pay when you want to release your game to the world commercially.
It's fast, it's user-friendly, and there's easy-to-follow tutorials, plus a dedicated community to help answer even my questions. How make man jump? GameMaker is a 2D game engine that's helped bring some of yours and my favorite recent experiences to life, like UFO 50, Chicory, Anton Blast, and of course, Yahtzee's own Starstruck Vagabond.
Ooh, are we talking about GameMaker? I love that program, it's so easy to use. As well as Starstruck Vagabond, I also used it to make all 12 projects in my 12 games in 12 months Dev Diary challenge. And I couldn't believe how much sex I got out of that. None. I got none at all. Which I couldn't believe.
So what are you waiting for? Head on over to the GameMaker link in the description and start cracking away today, because we want to play your game.
Yeah, looking through this list, I'm seeing one of you made Armpit Fart Tycoon, and I've got several questions for you.
No, I know we're live. I want to talk about ooh ah ah ah. The ooh ah 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 was an improv. It was a riff.
Get out of town.
It was just like let's throw this out there, and the band initially laughed, but eventually they were like, it kind of works.
But can you yes and ooh ah ah ah?
Yeah, you go. You go.
No. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rewind, episode number 19 for Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. I'm Marty Sleva, joined by Jack Packer, Jesse Schwab, and producer Eric. Darren is out at a screening of a movie that I know we're all very excited to see, so hopefully he comes back with tidings of great joy and quality. And I'm sure he's going to be very bummed that today he's going to miss our conversation on a Minecraft movie, the what is now the highest grossing domestic film of 2025, probably like the big box office smash of the year in the US so far.
Kind of is.
It is like much more so than Captain America was a few months ago. So we're gonna chat about that, what we think of the movie, what we think of the conversation around the movie, sort of all the extracurricular activities there, what we think it might mean for the future of video game adaptations, and then of course all the stuff we've been watching. Because we've been watching stuff. We don't just watch Minecraft movies. We also watch other movies by Jared Hess. We've been watching his whole filmography. And it's so great to see so many familiar faces over in YouTube, members of the Green Gang, and specifically we love those members of our Patreon, especially at that $5 tier and above. That's where you get to read Darren and myself several times a week. That's where you get monthly Patreon exclusive videos from all of us. Jesse had one on Wave Race a month or two ago. That was excellent.
Not only that, but Marty, for our Phoenix tier patrons, we do a monthly movie night.
Get out of time. We're doing it this afternoon.
We're doing it this evening. Later today. We are doing our Phoenix tier monthly movie night where we watch a movie with our Phoenix tier patrons and mostly talk over it. Talk about Disturbed. We ooh ah 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 all over that movie.
It could be Jared Hess's Nacho Libre, which I've never seen. I'm going to be honest.
I have also never seen.
There you go. Two truths and a lie.
I was talking about this just like the other day. I thought I saw Nacho Libre, but when I think about it more, I don't think I saw Nacho Libre. And I can't tell. I don't know if it's something like I may have watched like a decade, 2 decades ago, or if I've just never seen it. It's just like one of those like weird.
It's the Mandela effect. It's the Jared Hess effect. You don't know if you've seen his movies or not.
Wait. And by the way, this is the immense amount of research I have done for this podcast. The Napoleon Dynamite guy directed the Minecraft movie?
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a real glow up. Not a real glow up in terms of like quality, but a real glow up in terms of like, oh wow, you really like made a very big movie that made a lot of money.
That is a gigantic disappointment to me.
Yeah, well, I think I'm gonna be honest. His whole career has been a good.
I mean, hopefully now the success can lead to Napoleon Dynamite 2 that we're all hoping and have been patiently awaiting for.
No.
Look, we got that
No.
Napoleon movie, Ridley Scott, just like the other year. Like we're all primed for
Yeah,
it.
I thought that was gonna be a Napoleon Dynamite sequel, and I was like, it's just 3 hours of Joaquin Phoenix not having sex with his wife.
Do not bathe.
That's basically the plot to Napoleon Dynamite.
That is basically
He's a
Napoleon
dynamite that's never ready to bang.
And before we kick things off, a couple super chats came in right at the top before we start talking about Minecraft. Sussy Guru with a €10 dono. Thank you so much, Sussy Guru. The most horrifying video title I've seen in months. That being said, I think the Minecraft movie is better than the Mario movie, and that crushes my soul.
Is that true?
We'll get into where we personally rank. I know what Jack thinks of the Mario movie.
Yeah,
and a thumb pointed downwards with a fart noise. Yeah.
Oh.
Similar feelings about the Minecraft movie.
We'll see about that. Mr. Daxter with a $20 dono. Thank you so much, Mr. Daxter. I went into the Minecraft movie with low expectations and left pleasantly surprised. Also, and this is the most important part, like we care about your thoughts on Minecraft, obviously, Mr. Daxter, but most importantly, which Ernest film is your guys' favorite?
Okay, I think if you're going to just introduce someone to Ernest, it's Ernest Goes to Jail. I think like that is the most laughs per minute. It's the most interesting plot. You get the most earnest stuff. A lot of like earnest inventions. A lot of great comedy. Beautiful Ernest Jim Varney performance. Like that should be the introduction. Ernest Goes to Camp was the first Ernest film. That's fine. Ernest Goes to Camp is fine, but Ernest Goes to Jail, top tier. My personal favorite is Ernest Scared Stupid. I watch it every Halloween. It's beautiful. I think it is a much better film, but a less good Ernest film, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The one I rewatched Ernest Saves Christmas probably a year or two ago around Christmas, and that's the one that's freshest in my head. Yeah, quality. I like that. Maybe he needs to stick to holidays.
Well,
I guess there's not that many holidays left.
Ernest does tax day.
Ernest does tax day. Unfortunately, with the passing of Jim Varney, we don't get any more Ernest movies.
You know what? Leslie Nielsen is dead, and we're getting a new Naked Gun starring Liam Neeson. So all we need to do is find an actor whose name is similar to Jim Varney. And then he can play Ernest in the Ernest reboot. So that'll be easy. We'll work on that afterwards.
As I'm the resident youth here, and I'll be completely transparent, maybe sacrilegious. I don't know. I've never seen an Ernest.
Whoa!
So I might have to go off of Jack's recommendations here.
See Ernest Goes to Jail. I think that's it's a quality flick. Yeah.
They're all part of the Criterion collection, so you'll be able to pick them up next time Barnes & Noble does a buy two get one free.
No, wait. Wait, real?
I don't know. They should be. They're not. They should be. Armageddon was part of it. If Armageddon could be a part of it, the Ernest movies could be a part of it.
Sometimes I'm honestly surprised when I see like a boutique Blu-ray release.
Listen, they deserve it. Sussy Guru and Red Dwarf, we'll get to yours a little bit later, but let's start off. Let's start kicking the tires on this Minecraft movie. As I mentioned, highest grossing movie of 2025 so far, directed by Jared Hess of the aforementioned Napoleon Dynamite, Gentlemen Broncos, Nacho Libre. It is written by about 100 people, which I think is pretty evident. That's one of those movies where you're like, oh, about 100 different people wrote this, including there was originally a version, Rob McElhenney of It's Always Sunny and Mythic Quest was originally going to be writing and directed this movie like 7 years ago, and that never panned out. But the movie finally released, starring Jack Black and Jason Momoa. It's legally an isekai. This is technically an anime, so that's fine. You get transported to a different world.
Sure.
I think it's wild that there's so many writers for the movie because the plot is like as you got out of a vending machine as you could get with the plot. I feel like
you can see the Frankenstein stitches. Like you can see where, like, if we're going to talk about, if we're going to start getting into the meat of it, is the Minecraft movie. I can see the original pitch. The original pitch was centered on the children, on the brother and sister, right? Oh, they're having a hard time. They make their way into the Minecraft world, meet up with Steve, go on a grand adventure about learning about the joys of creativity and siblingly love. Wonderful. That, I'm sure, was the start of the Minecraft movie, which would have been a perfectly fine stock, as you said, vending machine movie. And then you can see the first stitch was, we got Jack Black to star in this movie. Guess what? We're not starting with the kids anymore. We're starting with Steve. Why? Steve is not the main character of this movie. We are starting the movie with him. And then they said, hey, you know who else we got to be in this movie? Jason Momoa. So after we have an extended Steve prologue, we get an extended Jason Momoa prologue. Again, not the protagonist, not the main character of the movie. The first 10 minutes is the prologues of two characters who are relatively inconsequential to the thrust of the movie.
Yes, but they're so charismatic. I absolutely love how they like give it 110%, especially Jack Black. Like, he is clearly having the time of his life. They're letting him do stuff. There's that scene where he's playing like the block saxophone. Like, that was in his contract to play the saxophone in the movie.
I've got to have one musical breakdown in every movie I'm in.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's another Frankenstein stitch, by the way. That's another like limb grafted onto this monstrosity of a movie. I think this movie is pure corpo slop, and I will not accept any other opinion. I want to be very, very clear about this, because there are 3 different Jack Black improv musical numbers, mostly, I'm sure, because of the Peaches, Peaches, Peaches viralocity of Bowser. And so they're like, Jack, make up a song about lava chicken. Go, please make us a viral song, Jack. Please, God, dear God, Jack. I fucking hate this movie.
I think I'm somewhere in the middle of you guys. I do not like this movie. I would say I disliked this movie. But I disliked it the same amount that I just kind of expected to dislike it, because this movie is not for me. And let me tell you, the people that the movie is for fucking love it. And
Chicken
I
jockey.
love that. That is what I love. That's why I respect this movie, and I respect Five Nights at Freddy's, because these are gateway drugs into getting kids into theaters and excited about the movie-going experience. And I think that's a net positive, regardless of if I think the movie is bad. I don't know. That's where I feel like I'm landing.
Okay. Here's my real. Okay, so maybe before we get into kind of the real meat of this conversation, which is people's behavior while watching this movie.
Yeah.
Do we think the kids like it, or do we think this is uber irony? Because I have a feeling that the way kids are reacting to the Minecraft movie is their unconscious brain rebelling against corpo slop.
I think kids actually like it. Like with the group I went to watch it with, which, as the resident youth here, there were some that thought that, this was really bad, or this wasn't good, but acknowledge that it's not for me. But clearly the kids have a fun time with it. You look back at a lot of the older video game related movies, especially ones of like the 90s, like the live action Super Mario Brothers, Street Fighter, that type of stuff. And it was not the same like hype reaction as Minecraft is. And that was like during like the hype of Mario, with like Mario 3 with like the wizard and like Super Mario World and that kind of era. So no, I think like people are generally either they like it or they're surprised they don't absolutely despise it.
Like I have teenagers, one of whom saw the movie with their friends, had a great time, did not throw popcorn, but did get rowdy in the theater during the points in which it is fun to get rowdy. He respects theaters too much to throw popcorn. Him and his friend group did not throw popcorn. We'll get to that more later. But in talking with him, and he's 16 now, he is relatively frontal lobe developed, as any 16-year-old could be. Like, I was talking to him about the movie, and he kept on being like, well, oh sure, it's not a great movie. Well, yeah, this is bad. Well, this is bad, but we had such a fun time watching it. I don't believe kids like the movie. I believe kids are experiencing a joyful community event, much like we enjoyed with a Rocky Horror Picture Show or a B-movie festival. I think that's the thing they're coming away with. And so in my head, for those who don't know, by the way, it has now become viral and it has become cool to whenever specifically Jack Black as Steve says a thing that is in the video game in the movie, which Jack Black, 80% of his dialogue is just saying things that are in the video game.
Say the line, Bart. Say the line.
It's just say the line. It's just flint and steel, chicken jockey, lava bucket, Enderman. It is just listing things that are in the Minecraft video game unironically. And the kids know that that's stupid. They know that it has no bearing on the movie. And so what they are doing, my theory, this is my theory, is they are Eric Bana in Ang Lee's hulking it, which is, this is what you want. I will give you what you want. You want me to clap and cheer when Steve says the line? I will throw my popcorn. I will throw a live chicken in the theater to appreciate your corpo slop. And I think they are, like I said, uber ironying it.
Hey, if I go to McDonald's and I want to get a Big Mac, I expect a Big Mac.
That's fair. That's fair. I think our millennials dealt with this kind of irony differently than Gen X dealt with this kind of irony. We were more laid back. We were more obtuse.
We didn't have the internet.
We were more aloof. And this younger generation is throwing it back into the face of the corpos. That's my hot take.
I don't know, like, with the clear caveat that I am not a father of children, and so I am quite removed from this generation. The analog for me is like when I was a kid and I saw Space Jam. And I was like, damn, I know those cartoons and I love that basketball player. And man, who is this R. Kelly? He's really going places. He's gonna have a long career and he's gonna be great and he's never gonna tarnish his name. That's and then if you go back, Space Jam is bad. It's incredibly bad as an adult looking at it from a craftsman's standpoint. It's a bad movie. And it's the same from Minecraft. But as a kid, that shit, like, it hit me. It hit me where I needed it, and it delivered what I needed. And I think it is nice that the kids, this younger generation, is getting something that Darren writes about this all the time, that isn't the regurgitated nostalgia of us olds. It's not forcing them to be like, hey, it's Luke Skywalker and it's Indiana Jones and it's the Spider-Man it's Michael Keaton's Batman, that kind of thing. Like, kids don't give a shit about that. So I'm just happy the kids have something to latch onto in this dark and terrifying world in a movie theater. That is good. Kids are going to have good times in the movie theater and they are going to remember that. And there's going to be the next thing that comes around, if it's, I don't know, maybe next week they're going to be like, Sinners. Let's go to Sinners and shoot our guns in the air and throw blood at the screen. I just really hope this is like instilling a positive connotation of the movie theater with the kids. Maybe I'm just more hopeful than anything.
Yeah, it's important that we have those movies that are like a time capsule of like when they came out. There's a reason why people saw this and not, Captain America with Harrison Ford sitting in a chair. Like they look at Minecraft. I've been noticing in some movie theaters, like Regal Cinema, they have for a few years now, they've had those like themed popcorn buckets. Like they have like the Minecraft bucket, it's like a cube. They had like the Dune worm popcorn bucket.
Oh yeah.
Like it's like the weirdest thing. Like I feel like movie theaters are really trying to lean into that kind of a fun aspect, really like make movies more of like an event, because they kind of have to at this point in time. And with Minecraft, it's like, yeah, go ahead, go for it. I mean, obviously respect the movie theaters. Don't,
Oh yeah, don't
be like
don't
throw
throw your
popcorn everywhere, but absolutely like create a viral moment out of it.
And I think
It's important.
and I do want to agree with Marty. I do think that a lot of kids are going to come out of this experience enjoying the communal theater going experience, because movies as an art form are produced and edited in a way as to be seen with a large group of people. That is the medium of movies. You are supposed to see them with a big group of people, like
especially genres like big blockbusters and horror movies and comedies, like those elicit those kinds of group reactions that are so fun.
Course. And so like I can agree with you there on the virality of this. I think like this is exactly the antithesis of the popcorn buckets, which like the movie theaters and the movie chains, or the movie theater chains and the movie productions have been trying to push since the Dune popcorn bucket one, where they're like, what if we make a weirder popcorn bucket? Will that go viral? What if we make a weirder popcorn bucket? And none of them have quite hit, because people are at the same time dumber and more savvy than we give them credit for. And we know that when Deadpool makes a Deadpool popcorn bucket with a mouth open, like we understand that that's corpo joke, not our joke. And this is again the kids taking the marketing away from the Minecraft movie and making it their own, and making the event about their reaction to the movie, not necessarily the movie. When in the theater I saw it on a Saturday afternoon at a classy art house theater that was packed to the gills, by the way. Right before the line was about to happen, I saw several kids get out their phone and start recording, waiting for a reaction. Not my children, but several people in the audience were like waiting for a big reaction. And that's what leads me to believe that they don't like the movie. I think they are going to rewatch this movie when it comes out on video on demand and go, oh.
Oh yeah, if you're watching it just in a silent room by yourself.
That sounds so sad.
It sounds so sad, but I can be with you that they will relish that togetherness moment. Hey, remember when, like this is something that like Mike J. Rich and I have always made fun of over in the Red Letter Media side of things, which is they said the thing, we have to clap. Oh, they said AT-ATs. We have to clap for AT-ATs. But we did that in a reserved, like on our own terms, in our internet videos kind of way. The kids now are doing it in public in the face of the corporations. Fuck them. The corporations, not the kids. The kids are doing great. I think they're taking it too far. I don't think you should bring a live chicken into a theater. I don't think that you should throw popcorn. I don't think you should shoot guns in a theater. By the way,
no, save that for sinners. Yeah, the guns and the vampire blood we save for sinners.
Yeah. I don't think you should make the minimum wage employees that are working at the theaters' lives harder, but I do think you should be as obnoxious as possible when corpo slop is thrust upon you.
But like I don't know. I just can't. I can't agree that this is like an act of rebellion.
I don't think it's
you paid them the money. Like they won.
Right. It's not a purposeful, well thought out act of rebellion.
It's an act of rebellion by kids, which is usually something kind of dumb.
Exactly.
I love that. I don't know. It's just like this is the first time like the movie theater has like entered the zeitgeist since Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like the big pop culture drops, especially this year, have all been TV. It's all been, every weekend we're watching Severance, or man, did you hear about the show Adolescence, or The Last of Us is coming back. And so like I just like that that it feels like movie theaters, which is a place I know all three of us love going to, are like just in the conversation again. And if one person sees this movie and is like, maybe I should go see another movie. Maybe that movie will be better. That's just how I felt about Five Nights at Freddy's. Like maybe they'll be intrigued by the horror genre and be like, let me put The Shining on, and then they'll have their goddamn mind blown.
I personally love when people like if I'm in a movie theater and people are like talking like in relation to the movie, I like it because I am out in a public area with other people, and just seeing them kind of like react to the movie, I find it absolutely fascinating. Like if they're watching a superhero movie and they're going, "Oh my god, don't die" or whatever. Yeah, I'm like, huh, okay, they're like really like into this. I found fascinating. I
when our theaters started chanting "brutalist, brutalist,"
brutalist
during the intermission.
Like the one that sticks out to me most is when I believe it was Arrival. At the very end of Arrival, a guy way in the front like stands up, is like much older guy, turns around going, "This is my favorite movie. I've seen this 10 times, and if you like it as much as I have, I implore you to go watch it again." And like I love that. I love that that human interaction because I work from home. Y'all work from home. I like going out there and just seeing people enjoy the movies too, and actually like getting receptive feedback while watching it that I can't get at home.
Agreed.
I definitely do think it is something that we just glossed over the movie itself. I do think it's something that
the movie is bad. The movie is technically an absolute mess. There is no character that you care about. The character arcs that they set up, the movie forgets about. Hey, remember when the little kid thought that being creative was bad? Well, the movie forgot about it because it's never brought up again. Like the movie does not care about itself. It is an affront to cinema that is not being hyperbolic. This is pure corpo slop. And I think that I have said this in the past, so I will say it again, is Minecraft is probably the most recent of the mega IPs. It might be the last of the mega IPs left.
We get a Fortnite movie.
But every other IP.
But Fortnite is just every other IP, right? Like nothing will hit. I don't think there is a thing since like the great. I want to call it the great recycling, but that recycling is a good thing. So since the great regurgitation, there has been no new IPs, and Minecraft might be the latest and last one because Minecraft came out in 2009, got popular in the 2012s. I don't know. Was it popular right away? I don't remember.
Yeah, around
it took a couple of years, and then it just blew the fuck up. And
I think when it officially came out, it was like the mid 2010s. I remember like in like 2012 or so, it was like still in like it was like beta or whatever it was. Like when I was playing it in like high school.
And so like I can speak for my children, and I can speak for a lot of other kids I know of that generation. Is they literally grew up as Minecraft was growing up. They were playing Minecraft daily. That was their thing. And like I see someone say, Eric is saying FNAF. Like I think Minecraft is like FNAF. I think is a large IP. I don't think it's Minecraft. I don't think it is.
I mean, Minecraft is literally the best-selling game ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Minecraft is up there as an IP along with Marvel, along with like the Disney originals, along with anything else.
Mario. Yeah. Pokemon. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's the most recent example of a mega IP.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think this movie was devastatingly important to the younger folks. And this is their unconscious barf reaction. That's this is Jack's theory.
So do you think it's a bad thing then that they take this mega IP and they make this, while fun in certain situations, social situations, a rather objectively bad movie? Do you think that is like a bigger issue? This is what we essentially got?
I think this is going to, I think when this generation gets over their joy that they had in the theater, it is going to turn it's going to turn a large generation very cynical, is what I worry about.
Oh, when like this generation gets older?
When this generation is a couple of years older, and then they hey, I remember the Minecraft movie. Let's rewatch that. Oh, really?
Like all these critics taking our material.
I think it's going to help cynicize them, which I do think, like, a little bit of cynicism is good. It's so tough. Jared Hess is an interesting filmmaker. No, I don't know if I would say a good filmmaker. He is an interesting filmmaker. I think things like Napoleon Dynamite and Gentleman Broncos are fascinating art pieces, and to see him just stamp a time clock and cash a paycheck, and I guess on one hand, good for you, you're working. On the other hand, like, come on.
But the movie is so simple. Like, I think he understood the assignment, and it was like, what is the target demographic for this film, and how can we highlight the like aspects of the video game, but also like the big stars in Jack Black and Jason Momoa. And I think for that, he did a good job with it.
And he's a safe choice because he has a little bit. You could get a little bit of his thumbprint on, like, the Jason Momoa character feels a little like Napoleon Dynamite mixed with Uncle Rico. It's kind of like a loser, but a loser who, like, really gives a shit about the stuff he cares about. So maybe he's not a loser, that kind of thing. But when it comes to, I'm imagining everything visual in this movie, the studio said, well, we'll take it from here, which is very much kind of like the Marvel way of handling it, of like, oh, you just worry about the characters talking and we'll worry about everything else. Like, well, that's 50% of the movie. Like, hey, don't worry. We'll handle all that stuff. Like, from a visual standpoint, if this was a silent film when they are in Minecraft world, which I don't know if it has a name because I have somehow literally never played Minecraft. I don't know. This is the most I know about Minecraft is from this movie.
You have never played Minecraft?
I've never played Minecraft. I don't like games where they just say, go do something. So I'm like, what does that mean?
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And so, like, visually, what did you think of how they've represented the very iconic look of Minecraft in movie form?
I thought, like, graphics, like, CGI wise, it looked like really good, except anytime there was an actor on screen.
Then like, it gets Roger Rabbit. Yeah.
Yeah, like, anytime they had just, like, the world doing its world things, I really enjoyed how they made, like, the people look like these grotesque cube things, and just the way things would, like, float and move around. Like, it looked very like you were there. And I really enjoy that aspect. But then anytime there's a human person on there, you're like, oh, they're on a green screen.
Yeah. I can agree with that. I like a lot of, like, the villagers were monstrous. Like the big flesh heads of the villagers were monstrous. The geists that they were riding around on, I think, is what they are called. Like the big ghost looking things that shoot fireballs. Those might be geists. I don't know Minecraft that well. I thought everything had a really good look to it. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the movie. Remember? Okay, so, like, in your kids' movie, you know what might be a good thing is while introducing your main child protagonist, to cut away and really focus on their vice principal who's going through a rough divorce. I think, like, that's the really fun thing to do in your children's movie.
Don't worry, that was writer number 4's script. That was a big focus, and don't worry, they only took that little bit from it, so don't worry. Writer number 5 plus.
Don't worry, it's not like
Coolidge and Squidward was great.
It's not like we keep cutting back to Jennifer Coolidge going on dates with a villager, because that adds so much to the goddamn story.
So, it was an excuse to cut away, and I appreciate it for that.
A bit of half-ass internet research when it comes to this movie is originally Jack Black was not playing Steve. The original choice who was cast was Matt Berry, who had a voice at the end of the movie. So Matt Berry of What We Do in the Shadows fame. Okay. That is a movie I would be much more interested in. Physically, he looks like Jack Black. He's big hairy. He's a big hairy dude. I feel like he would have brought such a different tone to that main role than Jack Black did. I don't dislike Jack Black and Jason Momoa, but I don't think I get them. I don't get that. If they were like a couple notches less famous, I'd be totally fine with them. But I just don't get the fact that they are on this like upper tier, teetering on like actual Hollywood superstar, which we have so few legitimate movie stars anymore.
One thing
like, this is what we're bringing to the table.
One thing that confused me about Jason Momoa's character was that I couldn't tell if it was supposed to be like a riff on the Billy Mitchell. As like,
there's a bit of
he's like, he's like, I'm the gamer of the century, and I was really good at this game, but I'm actually
80s,
like
that kind of thing.
Yeah, which I thought, why is that the joke? But like with him and his video game shop, which by the way, I absolutely noticed the box of Virtual Boy. How did no one buy that in a shop? I don't know. I would be there all the time.
Are you kidding? There was a Sega Saturn in the box. The fact that was sitting on his shelf. Come on, man.
It's very like oh, these are video games, not like reflective of a real video game shop. But my point being is that I couldn't tell if that was existed in the film to emphasize that Minecraft is a video game in the world, because obviously in our world it's a video game, but is it even like, is it what is the Minecraft world in the movie? Is it a video game?
No, I don't believe it is a video game.
No, I don't think it's like a Jumanji scenario where it was like a physical thing in their world.
It's literally like Marty said, it's an isekai. Like they got teleported to another dimension, the Minecraft dimension. Right. Well, and it's like the thing with Jack Black and Jason Momoa is they are funny and charismatic, and they have been in several movies, and I enjoy them as actors in general. And if the movie was about them, I think we could have had a really fun time. I think if you make the movie about them, if we stayed in Minecraft world and it was just, Jack Black as a kid ends up in Minecraft world and now he has to fight the piglins, I'm here for that movie. I think that could be a really fun movie. The movie's not about Jack Black. It's not about Jason Momoa, and it's not about the kids. Like, it's about nothing and no one, because it is so many fragmented scripts stapled together. Which is the problem of the movie.
And I should I do want to at least clarify that I don't think that it's the kids like it, so quality doesn't matter, because kids can have good movies, and Barbie and the Lego Movie are good movies aimed at kids that are also good movies with an actual theme. And they actually say something and feel like they would actually hold up on rewatches. And I don't hate the Mario movie as much as you do, but the Mario movie doesn't really have a theme at all. There's really no slop. There's no there. It's not slop. It's mushroom puree.
Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, I do think kids can certainly understand what is a bad movie, what is a good movie. Obviously it depends on the age range of said kid. But even the intro to Minecraft, I thought it had a really strong intro with the miner and Jack Black. It was very high energy, and it was colorful, and the color kind of carried through the movie. I kind of wish we got more of that. It was really good before they entered the Minecraft world.
No, but even then, I think what we set up with Jack Black, with Steve's character, was really fun. That was a really fun dynamic of the real world's boring and I don't get to do the creative stuff I want to do, but in this world I can. It's okay, that's a great theme, but then nothing really happens. And then it's and I'm Jason Momoa, and I used to be cool, but now I'm not anymore because I'm living in the past. And it's okay, well, maybe that is going to say something in the movie. No, okay, all right. Oh, God, the two kids. One is a pretty creative, but their parents died. Nothing matters, and things in movies should matter. Matter.
That's a bold statement. Things in movies should matter.
Things.
Hey, Jennifer Coolidge
should matter.
Jennifer Coolidge found a new husband.
Found love in a hopeless place.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was beautiful.
That's
I made I can't remember if it was at the beginning of the episode or off mic, but that I do feel like the tide is turning, and that in the, as Darren would put it, in the ever running swell of IP fracking, of culture fracking that Hollywood is a part of, that we're leaving the comic book zone and we are entering the video game zone. As these wells run deep, and we are able to mine, no pun intended, IP based on video games that people love. And obviously, this isn't new. Jesse, you mentioned, the '90s had their some successes and stumbles with Mario and Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and Resi. But over the past few years, both in movies and TV, we've gotten this swell of adaptations, and some of them have been good, either critically or commercially. You've had the Sonic trilogy, you've had Mario movies, which have made a lot of money. On the TV front, we've had everything from Last of Us to Fallout to Jack, I know you're watching Arcane, which is based on a video game and everything. We have just coming up in like 2 weeks, the Until Dawn movie, a new Mortal Kombat movie coming out later this year, more Five Nights at Freddy's. We got another Mario movie on the way. We got a Zelda movie on the way, Ghost of Tsushima. A million things are like in a limbo state. The director of Pig is making the Death Stranding movie.
Maybe Metal Gear Solid with Oscar Isaac.
Maybe that, which he was attached to. I'm really excited that the writer-director of Pig is writing and directed Death Stranding, because I'm like, what is going on there? Ari Aster's
I could see that working.
Monster Hunter, yeah.
Do we feel, the Monster Hunter movie, obviously. Do we feel good about this?
I feel... Like we were talking about before the podcast, for me, it comes off as Hollywood, like the well is kind of running dry on like the MCU, and we'll see how the new DCEU turns out with Superman. So they want to look towards like another frontier of things that they can adapt, and for that would be closest to comic books, would be video games. They've touched upon it throughout the decades with middling success, and I think a lot of the benefit has come from like them going for some of the bigger IPs that are more true to form. Like I love the '90s Super Mario Brothers movie for how like insane and creative and out of the ordinary it is. But the fact that they're going more true to form with stuff like like with the recent animated Mario movie and Sonic the Hedgehog and Minecraft now, they definitely seem to be understanding the audience a bit more when it comes to these types of movies. I'm still iffy on it because a lot of them have been like okay at best, at least for me. Like I love the 90s MK movie, hated the recent one, hope the next one is good. But I just don't know if we're going to get those really like those few real good ones. And that's kind of my worry with this, that they're going to just settle for good enough.
Some of those, especially those TV adaptations, have been good. Like Fallout and The Last of Us and Arcane are good. I would say, capital G, good.
Yeah. The TV shows,
TV shows,
yeah. So what is TV if not just long movie? Long movie at home.
This is exactly the Minecraft movie. A Minecraft movie, not the Minecraft movie, by the way. It is a Minecraft movie.
I have a theory about this. They didn't think the movie would make a lot of money and wanted to give themselves an out in case it didn't, so that you could make another Minecraft movie. Whereas if they knew it was going to be this big, they would have been like, "No, this is the Minecraft movie.
This is the Minecraft movie."
Yeah,
this is exactly what I warned would happen with the success of the Mario movie, which is not good enough. Will do. It is lowest common denominator wins. It is just shove things on screen that people know whether it makes any narrative sense or not. They're in go-karts on Rainbow Road. Why? Fuck it, it's a video game. They will keep slopping stuff onto the screen if we keep going to see these movies.
So you're saying the Mario movie opened Pandora's question box? Is that even what they're called? Is that that's what they're called?
I like that.
They got a big question mark on them.
Yeah. But yes, this what I'm saying is our universal or your universal praise of the Mario movie. specifically Marty's. Well, no, and everyone saw it. Everyone saw it, and everyone, the audiences said they loved it, and that's fine. But this is what will happen.
One of it was at night, and that's an expensive one.
It's the same thing we saw in a lot of kind of like late 90s, early aughts comic book adaptations, which was audiences said that they liked everyone in black leather and not comics accurate. So everyone's getting black leather now. Like it's they do not care. They do not care about the source material whatsoever. They just want to slop things on screen. Every once in a while, we get people who genuinely care. I have not seen the Last of Us TV show because
they care very much.
Do not care about the game, but I've heard they care. Like the Fallout show, I'm loving. I think it is phenomenal. Arcane, they clearly have something to say and they care about the story and the art and the world and the style of it, right? Like there are people who care, but in general, they do not care, and we are sending them a dangerous message. If for those of us who like to see movies that have a narrative cohesion, we're sending them a dangerous message.
Like I find this is
dramatic.
I
know, I'm sorry.
Like it's a lot of either.
Listen, this is the only problem we have in America right now. We don't have to worry about anything else.
Like I find a lot of these movies.
Day, this is it.
I find a lot of these movies either need to add like sprinkles to really sweeten up the deal, as in like let's have like references and callbacks to, like you were saying earlier, with like Rainbow Road, and let's throw Donkey Kong in there and like all these characters and whatnot. Similar comic books where it's like, hey, let's have these comic accurate costumes, but it's just empty calories. It's either that or let's over explain every single thing about it to make like a lick of sense, because we really don't know what we're talking about here. And it's either like A or B, and it's like, can we just like, and I think that's what I liked a lot about like the 90s Mario movie, was that it was just like, hey, let's just make this Blade Runner and let's throw Dennis Hopper in it. Why not? And let's just go like ham with it. And I could talk about that movie forever, and I will. It's just a donut conversation for me. I will continuously go back to that movie.
I'll be with you there. You know why? The story made sense. Like you can follow the narrative of the original Mario Brothers movie. There were, dare I say, character arcs. Here I don't want to like fully shit on the Minecraft. I do actually want to fully shit on the Minecraft movie. But what I would like to do is shout out two specific moments in the Minecraft movie that I thought were genuinely like good jokes. I think so much of it was slop, but there were exactly two moments where I said, "Oh my God, someone wanted and did write a joke here. Wow, congratulations." One was the reveal of Steve in his full diamond armor. Mm-hmm. The comedy shot of realizing how awful that would look in real life was hilarious. And they played it just perfectly. It looked super gross. It looked really bad. And you can tell that that's what they were going for. That was a really funny joke. There's no spoilers for the Minecraft movie, by the way, because
I don't think it's possible to spoil this movie.
Right. There is a moment at the end where, heads up, they defeat the bad guy, and the bad guy says, "Oh, come closer, Steve." And Steve says, "You're going to try to stab me with it." "No, of course not." And then, the bad guy does try to stab him, and he very easily knocks the knife away. And it happens over and over again. And it is funny every single time.
Yeah. That was from scriptwriter number 7. He had a lot of funny goofs in it. They're like, well, we'll take
love that one.
You had and maybe that's what makes me more upset about the Minecraft movie is I can see even like a big blockbuster family friendly version of this killing, like absolutely working. Let's focus on the kids. Let's focus on being bullied for being creative and learning that creativity solves problems. That would be like, that's a fun story. We meet Steve. Hell, it's still Jack Black, but we meet him in Minecraft world. Jason Momoa is still there as a weird mentor guy. It all can work. and it didn't. And you can see the quality craftsmanship in little parts of the movie, but not in the whole because of the slop.
Dun, dun, dun. Listen, as someone who on occasion used to order a KFC famous bowl, I was like, you know what? Instead of putting things separately, what if you put it all in a little trough?
Hell
You eat with
yeah.
a piggy spoon.
Get that slop.
So yeah, I think we all agree best movie of the year so far, and
Especially Jack.
you should burn your movie theater to the ground. Would you?
What? That
We
was
all
0
agree
to
on that?
100 real
I
fast.
think we all put our stamp of approval on that. We'll cruise through a couple super chats before we get to the stuff we've been watching. Sussy Guru with a €5 dono. I am compelled to write the words Mario Kart cow. Now, if you guys, this is the third podcast I've brought this up. Eric and I kind of have a thing now. So this is a cow from the video game Mario Kart World in the fourth screen right now.
Yeah.
And when the cow does a little victory thing, it's got two big old nipples.
I mean,
We
don't-
can
I know
only
those are, like,
assume that the other
Literally
two,
udders. Yeah.
the other two are probably being blocked by the steering column.
Yeah, but I'm just really excited when people are like, "How dare they charge $80 for a game?" I'm like, "Well,
Yeah.
$40 per nipple doesn't seem that bad." That's the growing rate on nips.
The nip slips, get the tips.
Damn, are you a rapper? Little,
Yes,
little nip.
he's little nip.
Little nip. Red Dwarf with a $5 dono. Thank you so much, Red Dwarf. Yahtzee was right. Movies need video games more than video games need movies.
Yeah, and the Minecraft movie is exactly what he is talking about. Movies do not respect video games, and there it is on the screen.
Like King Kong. That was a good one.
Kong. Shout out to Kong.
Little plug.
Little plug. Rewind. Episode 4 coming at some point. I'll finish
Archive.
that. I'll finish that script. What did I call it? The rewind?
You called it the rewind. That's what this show
Oh, that's
is.
what we're on. This is episode 4. This is episode 19. We're doing fine. John Brooks, been a member for a year in the Green Gang. Thanks so much, John Brooks. Jack, thanks for the top secret recommendation. That was a Val Kilmer classic, right?
Val Kilmer comedy classic. It is the Zucker brothers going ham on the comedy.
So good.
So fucking good. Top. If y'all have not seen Val Kilmer's and Zucker Brothers Top Secret, go right now and watch it. I believe it is free to watch on Tubi. It might have been a Tubi Fair, or it might be on Mubi or Freebie, or it's free to watch, I think.
I think one of my favorite jokes from that is when Val Kilmer's like, I think he's in like a theater and he's like opening a bunch of doors trying to find the exit. There's one that just says like janitor, and he opens up and it's just a janitor just standing there in like a default pose.
It is.
The best thing
Yeah.
about those movies is the jokes are so quick that it doesn't matter if they're good or not. Like that fire and forget method of humor is I miss it. We don't have that in comedies anymore.
It is a machine gun comedy, and I hope Naked Gun is like that.
That Naked Gun trailer has 2 really good goofs in it.
I haven't watched the trailer yet because I'm afraid.
It's got I want to believe. I really like it's by some of the Lonely Island dudes, and I really liked Hot Rod and Pop Star, Never Pop Star, and
Never
I
Stop
don't think that was the
Stopping.
name of the movie. I think I fucked that one up at some point, but that's fine. Beast March for the $2. Oh, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just gonna say I do think Never Stop Not Stopping, or whatever that movie is called, is a really good example of machine gun comedy, of just joke.
Absolutely, yeah. Every time we say that, it sounds like Machine Gun Kelly, who I believe is like a rapper.
Could be.
Yes.
He was an outlaw back in the day.
And
Beast March for the
DLC
$2.
in a WWE game. Fun fact.
WWDLC.
One of the older games.
Think about it. Beast March for the $2 dono. Thank you so much, Beast March. Minecraft saved cinema. These are the end times.
Wow.
Listen, everything else is pointing to the end times as well. So might as well
Beginning
point
of
it.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I think, like, obviously we can disagree about the quality of the movie or any of that fun stuff. I think we are all in agreement that, like, we are here for a communal theater going experience. And if the Minecraft movie is what gets people out to actually enjoy themselves at the movie theater, great. That's great.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. Pure Pyro just donated over in Ko-Fi. Thank you so much, Pure Pyro. Have you guys heard about the Rollerblade 7 movies? They're all bad, but Frank Stallone is in one of them, so Jack might appreciate them. For something better, I recommend Face Off, though it's not on Tubi. Face Off rules.
Ooh, I love Face Off.
Is great. Face Off
Face
rules.
Off
I've
rules.
never heard of Rollerblade 7.
In the back of my head, I have.
From
And the way-
1991.
In the way back of my head, I have
Oh,
heard of
okay.
it. I don't know if I've seen it.
Well, this is going on my watch list on Letterboxd.
We love Frank Stallone.
We love
Dare I
Frank
say friend of the show? It's got Joe Estevez. I thought it was going to be Emilio Estevez, but no, that's a lesser Estevez, which is an even lesser Sheen.
Let's call Frank Stallone a friend of the show. I think we can.
Yeah, friend of the show. Yeah,
Great.
Fake it till you make it. Thank you so much, Pure Pyro. Geldon with a $5 dono. Thank you so much, Geldon. Maybe these misbehaving Minecraft theater kids are either just flash mobbing or a generation that have never been in a movie theater in their lives. Okay, so I don't want to go to like serious mode here, but this is a generation that a large percentage of their formative years was COVID, which is fucked.
Yeah,
like that is
wild.
fucked. You've got kids of that age. Like that is insane to miss those. Like for us, we just missed some of our 30s or 20s or
Right,
whatever,
right.
40s, depending on how old you are.
No, like getting my kids to a point in which they realize that they can go over to a friend's house is monumental. Like they are just getting like, and it's been how many years since like the lockdown portion where they're like, wait, I can just go to a friend's house and not talk to them via Zoom? What? Like, this is we cannot downplay how
you just hung out with your friends every single day growing up in person, and you're just kind of a latchkey. Like, it was weird. Last couple of years have been extremely weird.
Yeah.
There you go. Sovereign with a €10 dono. Thank you so much, Sovereign. I do agree with Marty that kids do legitimately like the Minecraft movie. Like, I remember watching the 80s Transformers movie as a kid, also complete corpo slop, but we still loved it when we were 8. I mean,
Good voice acting. Like Unicron.
Like, I'm trying to think of the movies I liked as a kid that I now can look back on and I'm like, that was bad. Because like as a kid, I liked Star Wars and The Lion King and Jurassic Park. And those movies are really good. Like, I don't think that's nostalgia talking. I think those movies were just really good.
Batman and Robin.
Really love Space Jam. I loved Batman Forever, Batman and Robin. I think I liked every movie I saw in the 90s. I think Attack of the Clones might have been the first movie I disliked in 2002. I think the first time I ever did not like a movie was 2002.
Okay. There you go.
Do you remember the first movie you didn't like?
Yes. Actually, I feel like yes.
Also Attack of the Clones?
Well, the first movie I remember going to the theaters and walking out being like, I don't think I like that, was Spider-Man 3 on opening day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Like, I was confused that I didn't like the movie.
Yeah.
Just like, like especially after like Spider-Man 2 and the hype was 3. Like,
Jack, you were like
I can believe that.
5 and not liking movies, though, right?
No, my problem is I love movies. I love movies all the time. I remember the denial of the Force, not the Force Awakens, of fucking what was fucking the Star
Phantom
Wars.
Menace, Attack of the
Phantom
Clones,
Menace,
Revenge of the
thank you.
Sith.
Phantom Menace. I remember walking, I was going to see the Phantom Menace at midnight. My friends and I dressed up, not as Star Wars characters, just dressed up in costumes in general. Yeah. And I remember walking out.
What do you mean in like Halloween costumes?
Yeah,
it was May. It
literally
came out in May.
We just dressed up in Halloween costumes. Long story. But I remember walking out of that and being in severe denial. Just being like, well, they're setting up a lot of stuff. It's fine. No, I mean, the next one, though. The next one.
Yeah. My brother is 5 years older than me, and he was old enough to go to the midnight showing of Phantom Menace, and I was not. And I remember the next morning talking to him at breakfast and being like, how was it? How was it? And I could tell he didn't want to tell me. And he didn't want to like burst the bubble. And I saw the movie, and again, because I liked every movie until the year 2002, I thought the Phantom Menace was great. And now I look back on it, I'm like, you knew You knew,
Yeah.
and you didn't want to tell me, which I think makes you a good brother. So
Yeah,
there you
that does
go.
make him a good brother.
I had
Absolutely.
a friend growing up, and like I had at one point I had the like VHS of episode 1, and I would bring it over to like my friend's house. So we feel like hang out. I'm like, hey, let's watch this, and he's like, no, not watching this. Like every single time, he refused to watch this.
Yeah.
I just want to say I rewatched Andor season 1 the other week, and I cried several times. And I'm like, what if Star Wars was this again? What if they were just doing this? We could do it. All you have to do is lose hundreds of millions of dollars and hire someone who doesn't like Star Wars. That's all you have to do. Then you can make great Star Wars.
Get Jack Black.
Don't. Double finger with a €5 dono. Thank you so much, Double Finger.
He was
Worst
in a
thing
Star Wars, right? Wait. Jack Black was in a Star Wars.
he was in The Mandalorian. Yeah.
that's right.
Wow.
Oh my god.
So there you go.
Memory hold that. Or
They
Book of
blew
Boba
it
Fett.
up.
He was in the scene with Lizzo. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there he is, little baby Yoda. Look at
They
him.
blew
hanging out
it
down
up.
there. You know what moment was great? Not knowing what the cargo was, and then the reveal that it was a little baby Yoda. I thought that was a really neat moment. Yeah.
Season 1 was great. It was so good.
Yeah. And then they stopped making Star Wars. Weird. I don't know why.
And then
they just didn't make
they
anything else.
stopped making Star Wars. It was great.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Double Finger with a €5 dono. Thank you so much, Double Finger. Worst thing about this movie is that the blocks are clearly the wrong size. Canonically, they are 1 meter. Boy, I hope someone got fired for that. Are they?
They I guess
Like
in
a
my
meter by a
head,
meter by a meter?
in my head though, they looked to be about a meter wide because a meter is approximately 3 feet.
All right, Jack, go watch, pay money, go watch it again, and like put
Yeah.
your head right up against the screen and just
Yeah.
measure it.
Yeah.
It's like they seemed like a tree seemed to be slightly wider. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, there was that scene where the kids like he builds like they're
Yeah.
getting chased and he builds like the fence or house or whatever.
It's fine. Everything's
Yeah.
fine.
I also saw some clips. Apparently, a work print cut of the movie leaked.
Yeah,
Remember
you
how?
can
Wow,
watch
really?
the full thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
because the last time I remember it happening like that was with X-Men Origins Wolverine, which came out when I was in college. That was like the first one with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, and a work print cut of that released like a month or two before the movie came out.
Yeah.
And I remember it being like, oh, everyone's like making fun of it. And I'm like, well, yeah, movies don't. I mean, the movie's bad, but like, yeah, movies look like that before they are finished. Like, that's how it works.
And if you want to watch a really good work print, there's a work print cut on the 4K of the 90s Super Mario Brothers movie.
Oh,
Is it really?
good? I need to see that.
I've seen it. I have like the 4K of it by released by Umbrella. Yeah, there's like legit 4K with like all like the pre-effects and stuff. It always ties
that's
back
a good
to it.
watch.
Always ties
That's a
back
good
to it.
watch. And part of my conspiratorial mind wonders because that leak came out relatively late. Like I want to say it came out after opening weekend, and so I do wonder if that was a little bit of them saying, well, if we release this, all of the kids will know when to, say chicken jockey, and they will know when to say flint and steel, and they'll know when to clap.
Diabolical.
So that's conspiratorial. Yeah.
I like that. Brett Walden, thank you so much. Lucky 13. Have you been a member for 13 months, Brett? Shout out to Lucky 13. That was a dive bar in San Francisco that had amazing hot dogs. So also shout out to hot dogs. Hot dogs don't get enough shout out. I don't know if that looks like a strip club. Whatever Eric's showing right now looks like a strip club logo. Fungus Finder, thank you so much for a $2 dono. Jack, are you sure you're not just being an old?
Oh, I'm sure I'm being an old, but
We're all absolutely being an old.
I don't think he hides it.
I do not hide it. I am the oldest person working here at Second Wind. I get crankier by the day.
You get angry. God knows you get angry.
I get hangry, but like, so no. A lot of this, of course, is just like Minecraft is not of my generation. I'm very far removed from this, but I also like, I do feel a bit of a bond here as my kids grew up, love it. Like they would, the hours that we would spend, just my kids showing me their worlds that they built. Minecraft is incredibly important to my family. Like Dad, look at my world. Oh, and I mean, it's just, look like
there was no sense of that in the movie. if that is a key component of the game, of that feeling of creation and awe and showcasing and expression, the movie had none of that.
They had the village. There was the village.
Was.
Jack Black did have the village. He's like, I built this. These are like the people, and
yeah, but then they just cut to like, here, let me burn this chicken alive so I can make
Here's
some
lava
really good looking
yeah.
chicken. Lava chicken was good looking.
Here's lava chicken. No, well, and that is my problem. Is you can tell at one point the script that was the script is little kid is bullied for being creative. He goes to Minecraft to learn the joy of creativity. That's what the fucking script was at one point. You know it, and they ruined lava chicken. Ruined it. Chicken.
Lava chicken.
a lava chicken though.
Chicken.
Yeah.
Lava chicken
So like yes, I am being an old. Yes, I am removed from Minecraft.
that is good looking chicken. Can you imagine that on a bed of rice?
It is good looking chicken. Yeah.
Little peri peri sauce. Fucking cheeky little Nando's. King Dead with a $2 dono. Thank you so much. $2 for Marty's big brother, looking out for him. Shout out to Big Brothers. Thank you so much. And then Double Finger with a €5 dono. Sorry, but you Yanks clearly don't know your meters, and that is the worst thing about America at this moment. A meter is about 3 feet. I think
It's
Jack
about
is
3
right.
feet.
It's like a
I am
little.
correct.
I think it's a little over 3 feet. Listen, America's got a million problems. But I think we roughly knew what a meter was.
We kind of know what a meter is. Yeah.
Ish. It's like a yardstick. There you go. That's close enough.
Jonathan Ross, real quick, it's not peri peri sauce, it's puri sauce. PURI, and it is some of the best sauce in the world.
It's delicious. I think I've always said, I think that's the first time I've ever said it out loud.
Yeah.
And I fucked it up. It's delicious.
Puri
sauce.
sauce.
Yeah, it's like Katy Perry that they launched into space.
I
About
believe
that.
it's PURI, maybe PERY. Someone spell it correctly.
There's no way. It actually changes every day. It's like one of those things where when you, it's like in Outer Wilds, when you look at it, it changes. So there you go.
PERI.
Mandela effect, maybe?
PERI.
PERY.
That's what I was screaming at the intermission of The Brutalist. Let's talk about what we've been watching that isn't the Minecraft film. Jack, what have you been watching?
I finished up Arcane season 2, and how delightful that show is. Really, really wonderful. I believe I have heard they are not making any more, and I am really happy about that. I think it had a very good endpoint, and I don't want them to make any more.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I think they should make another story in that animation style, because apparently there's like 100 and some League of Legends characters, so just go make it about some of them. Let's go
make it about some of them. Choose a different video game, tell.
That'd be cool.
Like, by the way, like what we got here is we got a hot little action comedy ready to happen with Team Fortress 2 characters just sitting there. Half of the work is done for you already.
Could be workplace comedy.
Oh my god, that would be hilarious. In any case, but it was really good, really phenomenal storytelling, great voice acting, great the animation, especially as we get later into season 2, gets real dang trippy and real beautiful. Very much enjoyed my time watching that.
I really enjoyed season 2 as well. There were some complaints that it felt like, and I felt a little bit like season 2 tried to cram a lot in. Like it felt like kind of more dense, because I think they realized that this is a 2-season show because it's very expensive and takes a lot of human skill to make. I personally didn't mind that. I liked really being along for the ride, but I think there were some people that had. Did you have any problem with kind of the pacing or anything in season 2?
I could feel the ramp up, but I also enjoyed that because like that's what I like. I could like I would have been done. Like if they would have put out a 3rd season, I would have been checked out. So because I think then it would have been too stretched out. So I felt the ramp up, but I enjoyed it because it also ramped up the tension.
Sure.
Also, my 16-year-old, because of watching it, tried to play League of Legends, gave it a good 4 hours. And I was like, what do you think? He's like, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I was like, great.
That is one of those games where I was like, oh yeah, you need to be bad at it for 100 hours before it clicks. I'm like, that sounds awful.
That sounds terrible.
Can it be good in hour 2?
Yeah, what about that?
Hour 2, 3.
The other thing I've been watching is I finally got around to watching Novocaine.
Oh yeah.
The John Wick like action comedy about the person who cannot feel pain trying to rescue their lady friend from bank robbers. Starring a friend of the podcast, Jack Quaid, and a mentor, a man who taught me how to read, Jack Quaid. And you know what? Delightful, really good. I'm going to say something a little controversial. Which is actually the same note I had when I talked about Death of a Unicorn, which is I thought it was a little too bloody.
Oh.
Oh.
What makes you say that?
Without getting terribly spoilery, there is a sequence in the movie in which someone's arm is Cronenberg the Fly's broken off with exposed bones and flesh and blood dangling, which as a fan of gory movies, I really enjoyed, but this is at its heart a romantic, like this is a romantic comedy action movie. And the meeting of those two things really did not mesh well. It was a little bit oil and water.
Yeah, and I haven't actually had a chance to see it yet. I do want to, but I know it. The whole premise of like he's ostensibly a superhero because he can't feel pain. Like,
Right.
there's two ways you can go about that. You can make it very kind of cartoonish,
Yeah.
or you can make it into look how fucked up this is, and this guy can't feel it kind of thing.
And they did both.
Yeah.
And every time it was a cartoonish, like him not noticing the horrible injury, it was great and on point. Like there's a sequence in which he's in a booby trapped place and gets shot by a crossbow in the leg, and he just but you can see the arrow go through his leg, a little bit of blood, and it's great. Like that was the tone. And so like I think for my tastes specifically, it was perfect, but I can understand now why general audiences gave it a pass.
Yeah, because some of the sort of the rom-com elements of it could have appealed to a much wider audience that doesn't want to see a bone sticking out of an arm with the skin.
Correct.
Dangling.
Did you think all like that part was like all like the bloody aspect was almost like they were trying to parody some of the aspects of John Wick, where a lot of people there are kind of already like bullet sponges in a lot of way, with both just the amount of physical abuse they take and also their stamina to really just kind of emphasize that a lot? Do you think it's like a take on that?
What I felt, and this is pure opinion, I felt these are a bunch of filmmakers who just loved these kinds of movies and wanted to put it in their movie. Like, oh, I love Cronenberg's The Fly. I want that in my movie. Like,
yeah.
And again, like as someone who both loves rom-coms and loves gory action movies, it's a perfect fit for me. And
There's
me
also,
alone.
There's a shot from the movie that went viral where he looks exactly like Max Payne in a Max Payne pose.
Yes.
Now people want him to play Max Payne. So,
but
there's only one Max Payne in our life, and that's Mark Wahlberg, and he already did it. So can't make another one.
No,
that's just Max Payne. That's just Max Payne. I mean, that's clearly a reference to Max Payne.
That is clearly a reference to Max Payne. No, and by the way, like I think Jack Quaid is a phenomenal actor, and like both him and I'm gonna forget her name.
Amber Midthunder.
Amber Midthunder.
Predator or Prey.
Prey.
From Prey. Amazing chemistry. I would 100. I know they are not in a relationship because Jack Quaid is in a public relationship, but I would 100% believe they are. Just the romance, the rom-com side of it worked phenomenally. The action I thought was very good, just a little too gory. And I feel bad saying that because I love gory things.
You know the bad guy in the movie? His name is apparently Simon Greenlee. He plays a bank robber. Ray Nicholson, Jack Nicholson's son.
Yeah,
he's the third. He's the third list, but yeah,
those Nicholsons are a real dime a dozen.
Yeah, that was a good Nickel joke.
I can see that.
He was also in Smile too. He was very good in Smile too. Shout out to the Smile films. You watching anything else? You got a TB, a tuberculosis recommendation for us?
I do have a 2B recommendation for you if we are ready for our segment. To be fair. This is the segment in which I recommend a movie that is free to watch on Tubi. Tubi, my favorite streaming service. A streaming service so good you don't even need to give them your email address. You can just start watching right now. Again, they do not pay me to say these things, though we wish they would.
Someday. It's gonna happen someday, and it's gonna be incredible when it does.
I have reached out to them and not heard anything back. My to be fair recommendation for today is one of reminded me, we were talking the other week about the oh my god, I'm going to forget everybody's name, and I don't want to look. Seth Rogen's TV show, which is called The Studio. You can watch a incredibly underrated comedy, in my opinion, The Interview on Tubi.
Oh yeah, which a very important comedy, because that is the one where Sony ended up getting hacked.
It almost ended the world.
It almost ended the world. It is incredibly funny. It is a very, very funny movie. And it is Seth Rogen's kind of like arc getting away from just stoner comedy. I think it's phenomenal. I think all of the very real political consequences of the movie have overshadowed how just nice and funny it is in general. So you can go watch it on Tubi.
Fake grapefruit.
That is a great, to be fair, reco. Did you ever see Long Shot with him and Charlize Theron? Charlize Theron plays the president, and he is he becomes her speechwriter, and they kind of develop a little. Ooh, are they going to do some kisses?
I have not seen that.
Pretty good movie. Pretty good movie. I don't know if it's on Tubi. If it's not on Tubi, you can go get fucked.
Whoa.
We only like movies in two places: the theater and on Tubi.
That's right.
The places that matter.
That's right.
Excellent. Jesse, what have you been watching lately?
So recently, WrestleMania is this weekend, so I've been watching the lead up to that. Slowly pushing this wrestling podcast. Maybe one day.
I'm here for it.
Very excited about that. John Cena being a complete dick. The 2-night thing. I'm excited for like some aspects of it. I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about WrestleMania here. But
I'm excited to watch it. The lineup is less. I'm less excited about this one than I was last year. Granted, last year was like when I came back to wrestling, and last year's felt very exciting. This year, because of some injuries and whatnot, I feel like the lineup is a little underwhelming, but there's a couple stories I'm very excited to see hit their conclusion. Also, just John Cena as a villain. Give me more good guys becoming bad guys after 20 years. I love it.
And like, I'm excited to see what comes, because John Cena the last few years, since he's kind of been like pseudo retired, it's very been like John Cena on paper. Like all of his matches are very by the books, similar things happening. So I'm hoping this kind of reinvigorates that, especially in like the big main event, his last WrestleMania ever. I'm hoping he really pulls out like all the stops for this. Like, last year was like huge because it was kind of like when wrestling had its renaissance. Like I was there in the crowd at WrestleMania 40.
Oh, really?
Night 2, yeah.
I didn't know that.
And just obviously I won't be there this time because it's going to be in Las Vegas, and I'm not going to Las Vegas.
Beautiful city.
Like,
if you go stand out in the cold in Philadelphia, but you won't go to. Well, I guess the Vegas tickets.
It honestly was like it wasn't too bad that day. Like it was like light jacket weather, so I really liked it there. I'm really been surprisingly, the match I'm kind of looking forward to the most currently has been the triple threat of Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and CM Punk.
Yeah, that's a quintuple A with a $2 dono. So what are your thoughts on CM Punk?
Because I'm a huge Punk fan. There's pictures of me like from 2011, like with CM Punk shirt and everything.
Hell yeah.
Like big Punk guy, big fan of him since pretty early on, like straight edge society Punk. Like when they first announced,
I was just like, I don't understand any of this. The CM. People don't know what the CM stands for. It could be Chick Magnet Punk.
And by the way, I'm encouraging you to talk about this as much as you want. I'm currently on the Umbrella website buying that 4K Super Mario Brothers movie. So
I have a copy over there. Mm-hmm.
You talk about this all you want. I'm literally buying the 4K version of Super Mario Brothers movie and tuning you two out. So have fun.
Beautiful.
Yes. So when they first there's rumblings of the triple threat, I was very kind of like, I don't know. I felt like the natural storyline that they kind of ended Rollins and Punk, and they're leading to Punk versus Reigns at Mania. Triple threats
It's also
are
weird to
kind
do a
of
triple threat without what's on the line. There's no title on the line.
Right,
There's
yeah.
no title shot on the line. It's not like whoever wins the triple threat is then folded into the main event of night 2. But the three of them, I fucking love the three of them, and their dynamic is so great, and they're such great storytellers in and out of the ring. I'm stoked for that. That is far and away my most anticipated match of both nights.
Yeah, and they're tying Paul Heyman with the whole thing and like all the favors flying around.
Yeah. Too many favors. I think they need to realize you don't have to do a favor. If you say you're going to pay someone back, you can just not.
Like, did Roman
easy.
not know any of this? Like, it's just.
I'm starting to think
really,
wrestling might be fake. I don't know.
It is.
I've had my theories in the past.
It is a fake reality.
That's a beautiful way to put it. Yeah, there's a great video essay by Super Eye Patch Wolf on the unreality of pro wrestling, which is one of my favorite video essays of all time. So highly encourage folks to watch that. What else have you been watching?
And Jack, if you're looking for another movie to buy that you don't own yet, it is currently reissued on Shout Factory. I bought a copy today. There's like 15 copies left.
I do love Shout Factory.
A Blu-ray reissue of the Stuart Gordon highly underrated classic Space Truckers. Talking about Mandalorian, this was the original space western with Dennis Hopper, also from the Mario movie. I watched it just.
I
like
don't love Space Truckers that much to buy the Blu-ray.
It's so underrated. It's great. Like the robots are all like people in suits. It looks like Power Rangers, but like it was Stuart Gordon that he for some reason was given a ton of money to make this like dumb movie, and he's like, I'm still gonna make what I want to make. It's gonna be silly. It's gonna be stupid. There are like a ton of effects. There's a lot of strings you can see in it. They do like the 2001 like rotating ship, but it's like in a diner, and
yes,
like I can't tell if Dennis Hopper is supposed to be like Han Solo or just really old. Like it's great.
He's old
like,
Solo before the prequels.
Yeah, but he's
go.
still sexy, kind of.
Hell yeah.
And
like,
my language.
And the fact that like I'm surprised that it's just now getting reissued, that there's not like a better widely available copy of it. But I'm all here for it. And when I saw that, I'm like, I need this. I absolutely need to buy this. Yeah, and Stephen Dorff and that one other lady who I can't remember her name, but she plays one of Two-Face's gals in Batman Forever. She's also in it.
Drew Barrymore?
Oh, not Drew Barrymore?
No, not Drew Barrymore. She was Sugar, the one who played Spice.
Drew Barrymore.
Spice. Barrymore.
She's a that girl kind of character actress who you will 100% know as soon as you see their face.
Yes.
Yes.
So those have been like my things, and the other thing on my plate from the recent Criterion sale, which they do like a 50% off sale like twice a year. I try not to buy too much because I only have so much space and so much money, and there's so much things to buy. But I recently picked up the Jackie Chan Emergence of a Superstar Blu-ray set.
Oh,
it is a bunch of like early Jackie Chan films.
Hell yeah.
And also Fearless Hyena 2, which is kind of like after it was his last wuxia film for a while, but kind of after he was doing some other things. So I'm a little surprised that's on there. But it also has the movie My Lucky Stars, which is the first of a trilogy with Sammo Hung, which oddly enough, the other two are on the Shout Factory, like the two Shout Factory Jackie Chan sets, but not the first one. But the first one's on the Criterion set, and that's really weird. I don't know why they did that. It's such a weird like thing, but I like having kind of an older collection of Chan movies, just that they're on here.
Yeah.
That I couldn't really see them get like any other release unless it's like Eureka, maybe. They have a lot of like Jackie Chan releases. But I'm super excited that like we have something like this, and that I've slowly been like watching them about halfway through it. Some funny names: Half a Loaf of Kung Fu. What does that mean? I don't know.
It's great.
But it's
I
fun.
love that. Give me more movies called Half a Loaf of Kung Fu. I looked it up really quick. Debbie Mazar played Spice. No, in a bunch of things. Her first 3 movies ever. Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas, Oliver Stone's The Doors, and Spike Lee's Jungle Fever. Has anyone ever worked with 3 iconic directors in their first 3 roles like that ever?
And then
that is
Shoemaker's Batman.
And then Shoemaker. And the thing I know her from, she was the publicist on Entourage.
There you go.
Which is like the studio, but bad.
Ups and downs.
Yeah.
And the chat was confusing her with Firuza Bulk from The Craft,
from The Waterboy,
and The Waterboy. Right.
There's 2 types of people in the world who go. One, those of us who go to The Craft, and those of us who go to Waterboy. Incredible. I need to check out some of those Jackie Chan movies. I don't love Jackie Chan. Sticking with incredible bombastic martial artists. Extended Club Mix with a $5 dono. Thank you so much. Says, I love Tubi. You could watch every Takeshi Kitano movie, Beat Takeshi, and 100 different fake ghost hunting shows. Hell yeah. Okay, you say fake. I say we don't know. They might be real.
Hey, if that many people are hunting, they got to find something.
They got to find something. There's something spooky out there. And then Quintuple A with a $2 dono. Thank you so much. Says Discovery Q with Jesse and Marty on wrestling. When they release a new Ultimate Muscle game. Do you remember Ultimate Muscle, that anime that was about wrestling?
Yeah.
There was an Ultimate Muscle game for GameCube. Shout out to Ultimate Muscle.
Nuka Man.
And then there he is. That guy had a weird head. Only things I've been watching. I'm not going to go into spoilers, but The Last of Us season 2 premiered. The first episode aired on Sunday. This is a shortened 7-episode season. They've already said that they are taking the second game and chopping it up into 2, possibly 3 seasons, which it is a much longer game the first one. Jack is shaking his head.
Well, they are doing this because of the backlash from the second game story-wise. They are trying to draw that out as much as possible.
I don't think so. I think they're sticking to their guns. The backlash to the story of the second game is people who don't. They're cowards. They're all cowards. They're all cowards.
Bad writing.
It is interesting how they're going to change that, because without spoiling the second game and thus the second season, there is a new third sort of main character introduced into the fold, and the game has a heart. It is kind of Rashomaning elements from different points of view, and it is hard to, in a video game, you're playing a large chunk as one character and then going back several days and playing that large chunk as another character. So it'll be interesting to see how they change that in the show. Right off the bat, the very first scene of episode 1 introduces Abby, and Abby clearly states her goal of what she wants to do and who she wants to do it to. And so that is just an interesting thing right off the bat. I still do really love this show. I think the production design is top notch. I think the casting has been out of this world. I know some people, Bella Ramsey, some people said, they still appear too young to be playing, 20-year-old Ellie. I think, like, if you just watch this episode, like, Bella is a phenomenal actor, and so I'm really excited. I think next week's episode is the internet's going to be in a tizzy. Oh, if you thought, I liked when the internet was in a tizzy back in 2020, and we could just get back into the same tizzy again.
The same tizzy?
The same tizzy. So a whole new audience with a brand new tizzy. And then something that I can recommend with my whole heart, The Pit. Finished up its first season, and my God, I will never stop beating this drum.
You are
at least one person has watched The Pit because of me. Jombly watched The Pit, and so shout out to Jombly. The Pit season finale was phenomenal. It was beautifully written. It was one of the realest moments of grief and that kind of feeling you have at the end of an incredibly hard day there, where you had to hold yourself together and you kind of just let go, and your body kind of just is like, oh, okay, I don't need to hold together anymore. Okay, I can let loose and just kind of fall apart. I thought it was beautiful. I'm stoked that they're keeping a relatively normal old school TV approach to this, to where season 2 is premiering in January. This is going to be a yearly show. Part of that is because this all takes place in one very intricate set. You know, it all takes place in this emergency room, so it's not like you have to, you know, fly out to some castle in Ireland to film things, or, you know, the fucking desert. But yeah, I am stoked. And yes, I have seen there's been ongoing litigation from the Michael Crichton family and this, because originally this was planned as a kind of spiritual successor slash long-term sequel to ER. That changed at some point in production. That family is upset about it. I think it'll just end with them, HBO, paying the family some money and telling them to go away. So, like most things in life.
Shut up. This dump truck was supposed to go to Pedro Pascal, but he's working with Disney now. You can have it.
Also, I'm sure the Crichton family's getting enough money out. They're making more Jurassic Park movies. That's fine.
Yeah,
whatever.
they're fine. They're fine.
Whatever. They're fucking doctors. You can't like copyright just being doctors. What are you doing?
You know what? Noah Wiley's there.
Right, he did it. When you do a Donnie Darko, that resets everything, and you could do everything you did afterwards again. So he did one Donnie Darko, and then he could be a doctor again, and it's fine.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, that's bird law. I think that's it. I think we did it. We're gonna keep this one nice and tight because Jack, you're gonna be back. This is episode 1 of your trilogy today.
This is part 2 of Jack forgets what his schedule is like all the time and volunteers for things. That's right. Nick can't stream today, and so I will be joining Jenna for Nick and Jenna's usual streamathon, streaming what I'm going to dub as Cthulhu Skyrim.
Okay, a little spooky Skyrim.
We got spooky, aka I'm gonna
Stygian outer gods. Our Stygian?
Stygian.
The pronunciation of this has been a hot debate. Stygian is, I believe, the correct pronunciation. Stygian outer gods. So I will be joining Jenna to live stream that at in about an hour and a half. I have to send out some packages. If anyone has been keeping track of that, we got our Red Dragon in, Adventurers Night board games in, and I got to send them to the crew.
Incredible.
It's gonna be great. But in about an hour and a half, I'll be back with Jenna Stieber playing Stygian Outer Gods. I played a little bit of it, and already spooky stuff is happening.
I see why there's dog. Oh, and the main character's named Jack, right?
That's the main character is named Jack, and it is really creepy to have everyone talk to me. And then of course,
real fake ghost hunt.
Yeah, a real fake ghost hunt.
And then, of course, for you Phoenix tier members, you get to join us at 5 o'clock Central for Mystery Movie Night. We don't even know who chose the movie, but someone chose the movie for us all to watch. 5 o'clock for Phoenix tier patrons. That'll be great. Yeah, so today's a big day of Jack watching and talking.
To quote Shaggy, all I know is it wasn't me.
It wasn't.
I did not choose it.
I know, and you called me Zack Zango. It wasn't me. I also called him Zango.
You sound like a Muppet. You sound like a Muppet. I don't like any. What is? Jesse, what do you have going on?
Not that. So main thing I guess I'm working on, and I was told not to talk about this, but I might have to talk about is got a new show coming up soon.
What?
I don't know when. I don't know where. Well, second win.
Well, it'll be second win. We know where.
Every second. We know where.
When will be in the near future.
When near future animated show. And
slightly animated.
I have slightly animated, not fully, but slightly.
Yeah.
And confidentiality, pretty good.
It's pretty good. It's pretty. We have seen it internally. We have a couple new shows on the horizon.
A couple new shows.
Both edited by Jesse's.
Yeah, which makes things very confusing.
One by me, one by Jesse.
One by this Jesse, one by the other Jesse. Both of them are turning out pretty dang good, and I think y'all are going to be really excited about this Jesse's new work, collaborating with a so it's slightly animated, slightly new face.
So just slanimated. Yep.
Slanimated.
Slanimated.
Beautiful.
As Cheshire says, animated enough. Yes.
There you go. Slightly something animated.
Yes.
Lovely. And then, on my front, we have all the normal streams the rest of the week. So obviously tune in for Jack's stream with Jenna in 90 minutes. Well, tomorrow, Yahtzee should be feeling better. So we should have Yahtzee tries tomorrow. And then back to Metroid and Lords of the Fallen on Thursday and Firelink and all that good stuff. So tune in for all that stuff. And then also, I had a video go up this morning that Casey did a bang-up job of editing. I took one of my columns from last week about how Nintendo's kind of being weird about not telling us who is making certain first-party games, specifically this Donkey Kong game that's coming out. And so I put together a little video on that, and Casey did a bang-up job of actually producing it. So please give that one an old watch. But yeah, that'll be it. Oh, no, and then before you leave, Snake in the Garden, thank you so much with a €2 dono, Snake. The best leafy green for a salad.
I had romaine hearts earlier. Sometimes I haven't done it in a while, but for a while I was definitely in like a spinach kick.
Sure.
Spinach is great. You know what? What's wrong with iceberg?
Ew. Broccoli's
What's wrong?
good.
Wow.
What's wrong with iceberg?
One thing I like, no matter what kind of leafy green we're using, I like a chopped salad. I like when everything gets nice and mixed, and there's like a real good. Every forkful gives you a nice little taste of everything.
Well, you know what we like here? Our sloppy salads.
My God! Could you imagine slop them up?
Slop it up. Also, you know what I'm going to say here? We don't have enough cabbage in our life. I like cabbage.
I completely agree.
I like cabbage, roasted cabbage with a little like quarter some cabbage, roasted, put a little sauce on it. I am here for that.
Listen, I know all our Polish contingency out there knows about gołąbkis. We know we're rocking gołąbkis out there. So shout out to my Poles. This is a weird ending to this.
I was roasted by cabbage once. I thought it was lettuce, had it in a sandwich, and
you felt flavor and a bite. Oh.
No, cabbage is not something I want to be surprised by. I don't want surprise cabbage.
Yes.
I want to know I'm eating cabbage. I will agree with that. I need to know that what I'm in for. Yeah. As long as I consent, cabbage is great.
Give me that cabbage.
Great. Thank you all so much for tuning in to this week's episode of The Rewind. Thank you so much to everyone who watched live on YouTube, anyone listening on your podcast service of choice, those of you who chimed in with your amazing super chats, and of course, all those members over Patreon at that $5 tier and above. You get so many goodies. So thank you all so much for helping us keep the lights on and continue to do these crazy things like those aforementioned videos that you'll be seeing at some point in the near future. So for Jesse, Jack, and Eric, this was Marty, The Rewind episode number 19. Hope you all have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you all back here with Jack and Jenna in about 90 minutes.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
peace.